But what are the most common symptoms with lupus?
Well, for the patients at home, the most common symptoms are really tiredness, fatigue. I don't feel good.
That's it?
That's it. That's
So
the most common
at that
symptom.
point, almost.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Can a young person get it?
Lupus is typical of ladies that are young, in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. And one of the manifestations is that you can lose your hair.
This pain topic is brought to you by the Dr. Carrasco Pain Cream. Buy it today. Call 210-614-4825 or online at carrascopaininstitute.com.
Dr. Carrasco,
Dr. Alex De Jesus.
we've been talking about, again, pain-related topics, diagnosis, treatment, and very interesting ideas about it. Today we're talking about something called lupus. Alex, what is lupus? I mean, that's what you specialize in, right?
You know, I am a rheumatologist, immunologist, and lupus is one of those illnesses that is very, very mystified. People don't understand what it is, don't know what it is. Lupus is an immune disease. Again, it's a disease where your immune system is causing trouble, is causing inflammation. It can present itself in so many different ways that it confuses the doctors. It's a puzzling disease.
But now lupus, again, it's the body's attacking itself.
And the body,
It's kind of hard. Give me a better way to get a bite on that. For the audience, like, what does it mean it's attacking itself? It's like getting an infection, or what does it feel like?
it's not an infection because there's not a bacteria or a bug, but there is an inflammation.
What causes the inflammation?
The inflammation is your immune system thinks that certain parts of your bodies are not yours. It doesn't recognize them and therefore mounts an inflammatory reaction to try to eliminate them or get rid of them.
It's like fighting infection?
It's like fighting an infection because it is an immune reaction going on.
And so with lupus, what is attacking what? What are the most common symptoms you see? We talk about some lady who lost her hair, but what are the most common symptoms with lupus?
Well, for the patients at home, the most common symptoms are really tiredness, fatigue. I don't feel good.
That's it?
That's it. That's
So
the
it could
most
be
common
anything at that
symptom.
point, almost.
Yeah, it could be anything, right? People with anemia feel like that. People that are depressed feel like that. So the symptoms are very nonspecific. I mean, they don't kind of add to much. But then over time, those symptoms start adding up, and then you can see the disease come out.
What do you mean over time? They get worse? They get more
It could
tired?
be. Let's suppose that a year after you're feeling tired, a year from now, you start to get arthritis. Now you have I'm tired and you have arthritis, and then 2 years later, the doctor says, oh, by the way, there's protein in the urine, your kidneys are not working right. Oh. And they have to do a kidney biopsy, and they say, oh, your kidneys are swollen. So it may take several years for even all those symptoms to happen to finally be able to say, oh, now we know what this is. This is the lupus disease.
Can a young person get it?
Lupus is typical of ladies that are young, in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. So as soon as they turn from teenagers to adults and their hormone cycle goes up, that's when the lupus disease shows up. It's very much related to the sex hormones in women and how that happens. So what we're looking for on the blood test is we're looking for what we call markers.
The body has certain chemicals that mention that you have inflammation. But whenever you have this, there's more of it circulating around. So when you draw the blood, you see more of them. Is that right?
Many of them in numbers that are ridiculously high. I mean, terribly high numbers.
So it's not a little bit, it's a lot.
It's a lot of antibodies. A lot of them circulating, they can cause trouble into multiple organs. It really is a severe disease of the immune system. It has to be treated.
Tell me about this poor lady came in with baldness.
Well, lady comes, she has a diagnosis of the lupus disease, and one of the manifestations is that you can lose your hair. And so she has a wig, which I grew up in the 70s, and so that was kind of popular back then, 70s and 80s, but she had a wig because she was bald. She wasn't bald because of chemotherapy, she was bald because she had the lupus disease. So during her lupus treatment, her other symptoms had done better, but the hair loss was not addressed, and so therefore she was not growing back hair. But the good news is you can grow back hair if you have lupus. You can definitely have treatment for that, and the patients will do better, and a lot of that hair will grow almost totally back.
Treat the lupus, the hair, it's like the nodules, the hair will come back.
The hair, treat the lupus, and if the lupus skin disease hair is not doing better, tweak the treatment until the hair starts growing back.
Okay. That's interesting. I mean, especially for a lady, men too, losing the hair is just debilitating for them. It's really debilitating. It's tough for them.
And this lady's an insurance person. She works in a large corporation. I mean, so image is important for a corporate lady. But now let me tell you, I have a 78-year-old patient that has lupus for many years. And even though she's 78, she still worries about does she lose hair or not. So it doesn't matter how old you are, ladies don't want to be bald.
No, men don't either.
This pain topic is brought to you by the Dr. Carrasco Pain Cream. Buy it today. Call 210-614-4825 or online at carrascopaininstitute.com.